Hey guys, welcome to Z's Comics Reviews number 28. Yes, we are still climbing up there. We're just gonna hit the ground running because we got quite a bit of a haul today. Starting up, New Blood, Synap. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it.
I go by the sci-fi channel. So Synap.
All right, so Synap number 1. The artwork is it's decent. It's kind of cartoony. For the, I'm not entirely sure what the subject matter is. I read through this thing like twice, and I'm still confused as to what's going on. There's almost no backstory given whatsoever.
Can't really tell what the synapsis is.
It has something to do with robots that you find pieces of in the ocean, and it gives me kind of Evangelion vibes, and Neon Genesis Evangelion, where like the dad is trying to force his children into these mech suits, and so, like I said, confusing.
Puzzled.
You don't actually know, like, there's aliens involved. I don't know, interdimensional beings. They never say in the first issue. It does not leave me wanting more. It left me like kind of wasting my time. But the artwork, like I said, was decent. Gave me Dead at 17 vibes. I gave it a 2 out of 5. Yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 5. I'm not excited to see where it goes. But again, I'm not going to say don't pick it up, because if you're a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion, you might like it. I'm not entirely sure. The possibilities could be endless. So yeah, it's just a little bit confusing. Synap number 1, 2 out of 5. Moving on, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night returns. Okay, this is the sequel to last year's holiday hit, Batman Santa Claus Silent Night, and I gotta say, man, there's almost no story advancement in this issue whatsoever, aside from the Justice League is up against some sort of hollow armor that leaves impressions, and Santa Claus pops up at the end to deliver some sort of exposition that is not fully expanded on. This is not a bad thing for this type of release. I'm excited to see where this goes, because last year's Batman Santa Claus team up came out of nowhere, and it actually turned out very well. I gave the entire series a 3 out of 5 last year.
I'm gonna have to wait a whole year to see where this goes.
No. This is releasing weekly. So today, November 27th was the first issue, and then it's going to keep on going for, I think, an additional 5 weeks. So altogether 6 issues, maybe 5 issues. Can't remember.
Does that line it up with Christmas Day?
I think so.
Let me see. Calendar check.
I think it's the week of Christmas is the final issue.
Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Yep.
So yeah,
Christmas Day on Wednesday.
Okay, so Lunar
probably not going to come on Wednesday because you know, holidays, but still.
But yeah, the final issue may be there. Yeah, it's that's how they played it last year.
Yes.
And just a heads up, last year I sold out of all of my Scratch and Sniff variants. The Scratch and Sniff variants came back. I don't know what the scent is, and I really want to open one, but they're kind of expensive. So I'm waiting for somebody, for another customer to come in and buy one that will open it. Because like the last customer that bought one didn't want to open it. It's like, oh my gosh.
But I understand.
I want to smell it. That sounds weird. I want to smell your comic.
We understand why you wouldn't open it, but
yeah. Anyway, back to the actual comic itself. Okay, it hits the ground running, leaves you almost no time to get your bearings, but that is what needs to happen in this type of comic. It's all very quick, very fast. Zatanna's on the job, Santa's on the job, Constantine's on the job, and the main leaguers are completely taken out. And this is all in the synopsis, okay? So these aren't spoilers.
Synopsis.
I think it's called, no, yeah, okay, fine. Synapses, okay? But yes, I gave this one a 4 out of 5. The artwork is amazing. The story, what you are told, relies heavily on the first series, the first miniseries, and expands on it, okay? So what story you do get, you get characterizations more than you get actual story. And this time around, the focus seems to be on Robin. Damian Wayne.
Damian.
Yeah, he seems to be the main focus of the Bat family on this particular series so far. Yes. So whether or not that's the case going forward, I don't know. I'm excited to see where this one goes. Okay, 4 out of 5. Batman Santa Claus Silent Night number 1. Silent Night Returns number 1. All right. Then moving on to West Coast Avengers number 1.
West Coast, West Side.
The art is great. It's very clean. I'm not going to say great.
The cover does look pretty nice.
Oh, the cover art? Yeah, that's Larry? Larry's? I don't know how to pronounce her name. But anyway, no, that's Ji-Hyun Lee.
Ji-Hyun?
Yeah. But no, the cover artist is not the same as the interior artist. I forgot who the interior artist is, but it works for the story. Okay. Plot twist, but everybody already knows about this because he's on the regular covers. Ultron is going to be a member of the West Coast Avengers.
Wow.
It opens up with him saving somebody from a firebombing. And the person obviously freaked out because, wait, this guy used to fight the Avengers. And he goes, yep.
At a whole age.
Yeah.
An actual age. Not like the Weekend from the movie. Yeah.
The movie should not have been called Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it was the Weekend.
Yeah, it was at the most the 3-day weekend. This is what, 3 days? Yeah.
Roughly.
Something like that. But this one, throughout the entire thing, you're kind of wondering whether or not Ultron is really going to be a good guy, and he rises to the occasion when he needs to.
Okay.
So, yes, it looks like Ultron is going to be a good guy. You don't know for how long, because let's be honest, we don't know how long good guys, last.
Shoot bad guys turn to good guys.
Look at infamous Iron Man, okay? Dr. Doom put on the Iron Man suit, his own version of the Iron Man suit, and went out to be a hero and just went back to being Dr. Doom. I don't know what happened there. I still need to read that entire series. But this one right here, I don't know if the twist at the end means that. And there is a twist at the end.
Twisty.
Iron Man is down on the outs because of the previous Iron Man number 1 issue that we already reviewed. And this carries over into the West Coast Avengers.
Shared universe.
Yes. The Marvel, it's all connected. So Iron Man's kind of on the down, right? He has to jump the Silver Centurion armor.
Centurion.
And like, I'm not even kidding. He literally has to jump it using jumper cables and 2 car batteries. And it lasts him about 5 minutes.
Wow.
And then he has to get another guy to shoot him with electricity to jumpstart the armor. So yes, like, he is having a time of it. So Iron Man always, rises to the occasion from, he is the embodiment of the Phoenix more so than Jean Grey.
The Phoenix.
Yep. I'm gonna say it right now. He should be the host of the Phoenix because he knows what it is to be like just knocked down all the way to the ground and come back up. Stronger, smarter, faster, all that stuff.
Okay.
This one, I gave it 3 out of 5. A positive 3 out of 5.
Positive.
Because the twist you see coming. And it's supposed to be like, ooh.
But
you know what I mean? It's like, called it. You know what I mean? And then some of the characterizations are a little bit iffy, and then the motivations aren't actually fleshed out. But I'm hoping that changes with the next few issues because at some points Avengers comics just feel like they're posting a big poster on the wall and throwing one of those little jellies at the wall and say, all right, let's see who we can get on there. And that's kind of like how it feels with the characters on here. Maybe it was more planned. I don't know. But yeah. So, bottom line, gave it a 3 out of 5. I would recommend picking it up and, see where it goes. Let me see. We're moving on to Justice League Unlimited number 1. You read this one too, right?
Yep.
All right, take us away, man.
And I liked the little homage to the cartoon at the beginning. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was very nice. So, I'm going to start off right at the gate just saying, like, okay, art is nice. The story seems interesting enough.
Dan Mora is pretty good on art, on the interiors, yes.
Like, the story seemed interesting enough. It is nice seeing how this new Unlimited Justice League is working, how they're like sending people to which places and all that.
Did it give you Young Justice vibes?
Kind of, yes,
like how
roughly.
in the show they picked different teams for different places,
Yes.
and then like just those were specialized teams,
Yes.
right? And I don't think I've ever read a Justice League comic that's done that. Have you?
I have not.
All right.
But I'd say it's a good starting off point. Like, I'm not overly like, oh, this was amazing. Like, I'd say it's a good, probably another positive 3 out of 5 comic for me. You know, because it was just a nice start. Just a nice start seeing where this is gonna go. Not too much really does happen. Like, there's nice spots for.
It's basically just showcasing their ability to adapt to any situation.
Yes, pretty much for the most part. And like, we're going on this ride with, what was it? Not Soundwave.
Airwave.
Airwave, yes.
Airwave,
Like, we're going on this ride with Airwave. He is our intro to this, the latest member for Justice League, for the Unlimited Justice League. And well, it's good enough. It's a good enough start off point. It's not bad. It's not overly amazing, but it's a nice little start off point.
Great art pieces, though. Great splash pages. The lines are just very well defined. I am actually giving it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Yes, because like the potential of it is there, and then that little twist at the end of the main story.
Kind of.
I
yes,
did not see that one
twist.
coming.
That's why I'm giving it that positive 3 out of 5. That positive 3 out of 5, because it does leave me being like, okay.
And like just that little bit for me was like, okay, reading it up until there, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5. All right, this is really cool. I like where this is going. I like the action. And then that little bit at the end, I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't see that coming.
I know, right?
And let's be honest, man. A lot of these twists are telegraphed, especially like
the Avengers one.
The Avengers one I was talking about. It's telegraphed. This one was not.
It was not. Yeah.
Yeah, like this. Like
it really did give off. Yeah. Since it is Justice League Unlimited, it really did kind of give off like a to be continued at the end of Saturday morning episode of Justice League Unlimited.
So like that, to me, that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. It gave me something that I did not see coming, and that's why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
I mean, I guess I could probably get it bumped up to that 4 out of 5 because like either way, it was kind of like 3. But not like bad 3. It was just like, okay, it's a good start off point. But the ending really did give me that like, yes, I'm definitely reading number 2 as well. But it's a good start off point. Good start off.
A really good start off point. And as a bonus, they do include a 4-page preview of Hush, the sequel, Hush number 2. All right, if you don't know what we're talking about, Hush was a storyline back in Detective Comics, or was it Batman number 608? And it spanned like what, 10 issues, something like that. It spanned quite a few issues in which the villain Hush completely decimates Bruce Wayne's life, and he's been popping up here and there throughout the Batman years, and this time he's getting a full-blown sequel, Hush 2, made by the same creative team. And in Justice League Unlimited number 1, at the end is a 4-page preview, and I gotta say, man, it is creepy.
It is. It was pretty creepy looking.
It was very like pencils and
like dark.
Oh yeah, super dark, super creepy. I'm excited to see where it goes. That storyline kicks off in Batman number 158, which we will definitely be covering now. Moving on to Amazing Spider-Man number 62. This is part 2 of the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. Take us away.
It's staying good. Solid 4 out of 5 here.
Yeah,
solid 4 out of 5.
I think you gave it 3 out of 5 for the first one, didn't you?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Like that.
Maybe half, but definitely is a solid 4 out of 5 for me, just because it is staying with very nice art. It is continue. You get a nice little story here. I was telling him about this earlier, that you kind of
we learned a little bit more about
Spider-Man's
love life than we should.
Than we probably should have, to kind of keep it, if any of y'all out there remembered or watched, My Wife and Kids, there's an episode where they're playing foosball and they got to be like, oh, maybe the key to being better is you shout something, shout something before you score. And he's like, "Booyakasha!" And they're all like, "Wait." And the kids asking him like, "Where you get that from?" And he just replies by saying, "Ask your mother." And she just like, that's basically what you get in this issue. We put it right here, right?
Yeah, we put it right here.
You basically get a moment like that between Black Cat, Spider-Man, and the Ghost of Doctor Strange. The Ghost of Doctor Strange is kind of acting like
the uncomfortable third wheel.
Sort of. He's acting like the what is it? I guess because it's the only name I can think of right now. Kind of like the Chiron, of Spider-Man. How Chiron was there, and Hercules. He's just there, like, hey, use a right, use a left, hit him. That's basically kind of what you're getting here with him. Outside the fights, though, like strict rules evidently in place that once the fight actually starts between Peter and whatever scion of Sidorak is coming, once that fight starts, no outside interference is allowed. It's just one-on-one. So before that, you got Doctor Strange kind of coaching him, telling him like, hey, like this one opens up with them just needing to break into the sanctum, because evidently Doctor Strange, even though he kind of an idiot for giving Doom the powers, evidently he has some backup plans, because evidently even though Doom is Sorcerer Supreme, thanks to Doctor Strange's little planning ahead, he actually does not have access to the sanctum. It closed itself off. And so Peter and him had to break in, so that way Peter could get a nice magical book that kind of like basically doing magic 101 for Peter, so he learns these things.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Exactly, pretty much for the most part.
All right.
Well, yes, it's a nice solid one. You get a little bit more into like what is going on in this through this 8 Death stuff, like why it happens. You get a little interaction between the Scions themselves, basically, like just saying like, hey, who's up next? What's going on? It's a very solid issue. I'm loving the Spider-Man banter. Like it's just
dude,
nice and refreshing to have it back.
Gary Conway is like, he was great with the banter in Deadpool Wolverine or Deadpool Spider-Man. And yeah, man, I'm super excited that he's part of this again.
Yes, like the story is good. The banter is something that just helps finally elevate it up even more. So yes, solid 4 out of 5. Excited for the next one. It's good times.
Nice.
It is indeed amazing right now.
All right, Amazing Spider-Man is amazing. So you gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yes.
All right, let us.
We'll be going on to this next one.
The next couple, we're just gonna like have these center stage.
This next one is my personal pick for Comic of the Week, not necessarily my co-stars here, but it's my personal pick for Comic of the Week.
It's hard for me. Okay, Milk Run, number 1. Okay, this one came out of nowhere. This is an indie comic from Scout Comics. The premise: this guy somehow is able to travel 10 years into the past.
Up to 10 years.
Up to 10 years?
Yeah, because he can travel with any distance. It's just once it hits 10 years or more, he can no longer go there. All right, so that is sort of the catalyst of this story too. Okay, like why he's starting to kick into gear. Because you got in the synopsis, you got the whole like, oh, a murder has happened and he's going to try to solve the murder. You get like a little bit more info as to why. Like it's not just some random podcast murder that he heard about. He's got a little extra in there, but it is fastly approaching the 10th year anniversary of this murder. And so that alone has gotten him to be like, hey, it's time for me to make this run, so to speak, because he's like, I'm running out of time. I'm not going to be able to fix this in due time. So it's up and going.
And throughout the issue, you find out there are rules to his ability. And we're not going to tell you what they are. Yeah. We're not going to tell you what they are, but suffice it to say, they just kind of, it's world building through sentences. Like just like a small panel here, a small blurb here, and it just adds to the world building, to his characterization, to his backstory of how he got these powers, how he learned how to use these powers. Obviously, we're giving it a 5 out of 5 because he gave I gave it a 5 out of 5 as well.
This milk was not soiled. Yeah, and this is grade A. 2%, whatever sort of milk you want.
2%, really? I mean, dude, go whole milk. Okay,
whole milk.
Whole
okay,
milk.
we're going whole milk.
All right,
okay.
2% sucks.
This is kind of true.
It's
true.
it tastes.
Just the
it
first
tastes
milk
sour.
that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, like this is a good run. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Most of it is not action at all.
Yeah.
It's all told through. It's mostly told through dialogue and a few action set pieces, especially in the beginning where you find like you first see him use his abilities. And yeah, I highly recommend you pick this up. Milk Run on sale right now. Number one, it's going to be a 3-issue miniseries from Scout
so
Comics.
Not too big of an investment either.
Yeah,
and it's really great. And like one of the things that I truly loved about this is besides for like the front cover and the inside of that front cover, everything in it story.
Yeah,
art. There's no ad pages. Even the back.
I
even
didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
There were no ads.
No ad pages. Everything, with the exception of the front cover and the inside of the front cover, all the way down to the back of the front, to the back cover, to the inside of the back cover. All story, all part. It's amazing. You get it.
Dude,
it's just great.
I didn't even notice that.
Like, yeah, look, you
look at that. Not even in the back.
Yeah.
No ads. No ad on the front.
It's like inside. Dude. That's like the one non-story part of it.
Wow.
It's just such like
the credits page is the only thing that does not have story on it.
Like
I did not notice that.
We were even talking about this where we could highly see at some point, you know, maybe years down, or even with the way how fast things move now, could be like as soon as the 3rd issue comes out, and now we would not be surprised if someone was like, hey, Milk Run picked up for series, show, movie.
I could see a miniseries or like an hour and a half long movie or something like that. You know what I mean? Like depending on how the rest of the story goes. But yes, definitely pick it up. We highly recommend this. 5 out of 5. Milk Run on sale right now.
My personal comic of the week. And now we move on to
Absolute Wonder Woman number 2. Absolute Wonder Woman number 2. All right, the art carried over from the first one. Still amazing. Still great. This one has notably less action in it. All right, I know like the first one was like half filled with action and ended on a pretty good note. This one, about 10% is about filled with action, but it's really damn good action.
It's damn good action.
You see her new lasso, nicknamed Nemesis, in action, okay? And this is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. It's basically a pen and stare, okay?
Yes, Ghost Rider.
Burn with the sins of your soul, and it's just so good. Like she works that lasso really well. You get a little bit more. You get a lot more character building, especially you. This is the first time you see Steve Trevor.
Yes, we are introduced to Steve.
The
love interest.
Yes. Possibly.
I was feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it already.
It too, but I'm not going to call it out too quick on this one, okay?
He will traverse his way to her soul.
He already did, all right? He went to hell.
Yeah, but now he's working his way, he's traversing his way to the prize.
That's true. The prize is Pegasus.
Not just any Pegasus.
The Pegasus.
The Pegasus.
read the issue. You'll figure out what we're talking about. You get a lot more exposition, get a lot more character interactions, and you see how it's possible that the heroes of the new Absolute Universe may start coming together.
Yes.
And Wonder Woman may be the catalyst that does it.
Yes.
Rather than, Batman or Superman or, Martian Manhunter or whatever.
Yes.
It's really looking like it's going to be Wonder Woman. I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Yes. I will stick with 5 out of 5 as well.
Milk Run is my comic of the week too.
Oh,
I gotta say it. But I'm not. That is not saying that this one is bad.
Yeah, it's not.
This one is amazing.
Still tremendous.
Okay? I loved it.
We had a good
we were going back and forth
about hey,
what are we building up to? I think you were right. We should have ended on Milk Run, but Absolute Wonder Woman number 2. It was fantastic.
Still fantastic.
I still love it. It still deserves the 5 out of 5.
Yes.
And she's kind of funny.
Yeah,
in this one, Wonder Woman's been getting kind of a sarcastic, kind of like dry humor thing lately, especially from the Tom King series. Yes. But I've never known her to be like outwardly funny. And this one, actually, she's just like
it works.
Funny. It works.
She's the bright side. She's the good thing that came out of hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So it works.
You get a little more interaction with Cersei. You get a little more interaction with...
You get some interaction with the army, with military-ranked people, you know.
To see, you know... It's basically her introducing herself to the world and saying, you need me, I don't need you, so get on board or get out of the way.
Exactly.
And that kind of reminds me of, you know, Young Justice again. Like where
they absolutely said that in like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, at the end of the 2nd episode, get on board or get out of the way. Yeah. That's basically her statement right there to the general that she's talking to. But yeah, we reviewed what 7 things right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Yes.
If you like the Rants and Ravings 2 Mad Men, go ahead, give us a like, follow, share with your friends, and you know, we'll see you guys
Have
next
a good
time.
Thanksgiving. That's why we did it on Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys on Sunday with our movies, TV, news segments. Later.